Hello everyone. I believe we are officially live. What is up, guys? We're here for another night stream. We've been getting our night streams in recently. We haven't had a whole lot of those, and they tend to be my more popular streams. So I'm happy to have a return to the night streams. How's everyone doing? We'll see who's going to get first in chat. Yesterday was a bit of a rough day of streaming for us. We finished strong though. But if you noticed that 2 streams were uploaded yesterday and 1 got deleted, that was on purpose. That was on purpose. The first stream that we did, I was really struggling. I had some tooth pain going on, and I bailed on the stream early. We came back strong though with a second stream. So yeah, if anybody got notified for 2 streams yesterday and you couldn't find one, that's on purpose. We basically redid it. You're not missing anything. So just wanted to let you guys know that. We're going to send out some notifications. We're going to send out some notifications really quick, and then we will see who's going to get first in chat and get this thing started in just a moment. So we'll send that out there. Probably get a little dark in here for just a second, guys. Bear with me. Hello, Wonder Bro. Hello, Pandemonium. What's up, dude? Hope you're having a fantastic day. First in chat, man. What's up? All right, let's get that pulled up. So what are we going to be talking about tonight? Guys, what are we going to be talking about? Overcoming anxiety with these words. That is the title of tonight's stream. Overcoming anxiety with these words. You guys know that I'm a big fan of keeping yourself in the right mental attitude when it comes to this anxiety stuff. You know that we've got the positive behaviors, of course. But I am also a very big fan of the right attitude. We got 2 keys for a reason, right? Living positive behaviors, that's how you prove that that tiger doesn't exist. But you need to have that right accepting inner voice, that accepting attitude while you do that, or else you just risk fueling that fire more than it needs to be fueled. So tonight we're going to be talking about that, overcoming anxiety with these words. Yolando coming in second. What's up, dude? Kate, hello, Kate. I'm here to listen, not to harass. A Scout's honor. Well, hello, welcome. Welcome, here to listen and not harass. That's awesome. Number 1. Yes, you got number 1 tonight. Sanchez, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a minute. People were asking about you yesterday. Where you been at? You can't, how dare you miss one stream? How dare you live a normal life and can't make every stream? How could you? What's up, dude? How are you doing? So it looks like people are getting notifications. That's good. If you got a notification for this stream, raise your hand, because notifications have been really weird here recently, and it hurts. It hurts, man, when people aren't getting my notifications. So if your phone went off for this stream, show me raise your hand. Oh, I got your Ophelia. Yes, right. Hello, I hope I said that right. You told me yesterday. You told me how to say it yesterday, so. Hey, hello, KC. I hope that's right. Casey, living life, bro, because of you. I love it, Sanchez. I love it. How dare you miss one single stream? Just messing with you, of course. Fred's side of the story. What's up, dude? My acceptance inner voice is pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. I love it. Sanchez, yes. Mike, we got Mike in the house. We got Mike, we got Sanchez, we got Kate. We got a lot of our mods, admins, whatever you would like to refer to these beautiful people as. We got a lot of them in the house tonight, so you better be on your best behavior. You better be on your best behavior. Kate loves to swing that hammer, and she's ruthless. Mine didn't. It never does. Yes, I don't understand. It hurts. It hurts deep in my soul that people don't get my notifications. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this if YouTube doesn't want to send out my notifications? Someone answer me that. Oh well. What can you do about it? So, I'm going to give it another minute or 2, and then we'll get rolling, guys. You said it perfect, Ophelia. Okay, gotcha. See, I remember some things. Glad you're living life, Sanchez. Glad you're living life. Hope you're enjoying it, man. Pat yourself on the back. You earned it. You deserve it. All right, let's see. I'm going to harass my community one more time with a notification, and then we'll get going. Right there. right there. We'll just harass them a little bit. We'll just harass them a little bit. It'll be okay. All right. Let's get this ready here. Overcoming anxiety with these words. Who's ready? You guys ready? Let's go ahead and jump into the point of this stream, shall we? Overcoming anxiety with these words. Now, as I said at the beginning of this stream, of course, positive behaviors, aka living, that's got to be there. You got to break out of your negative second fear routine. You got to drop those coping methods, drop those compulsions, and live your life. This stream is going to be more focused on that accepting inner voice. So while you're living your life, right? While you're living your life, while you're doing those positive behaviors, like let's say that you're on board with that. What needs to be your inner voice? What needs to be your inner voice to continue to guide you in the right direction? What needs to be your inner voice in order for you to stop fueling the fire while you're doing these positive behaviors, while you're living your life? What does that inner voice need to be? Now, this was one of my personal favorites. You guys know that I had a lot of personal favorites back in the day, and I try to share them with you guys, but this one's a good one. All right, I promise you, this one's a good one. When I say in the title, overcoming anxiety with these words, all right, this is powerful. This is powerful. What are the words? Wonder Bro, why are you keeping us waiting? What are the words? The words are 3 words. I need this. I need this. I need this. So think for a second. If all that fuel that you're giving anxiety, setting your amygdala off with your thinking mind, if all that fuel is going there and setting your amygdala off and you're not hitting the mark on that accepting attitude, think for a minute if we changed all of that, if we caught all that, while you're doing it, you catch it. Think for a second if you were able to catch that and really start to use those words. And I mean, you might not believe them at first, but I mean really start to use those words. Think for a second what would happen. You would go from a dominant place of negativity, second fear, worry, it's all the same thing, to a place of opportunity, taking advantage, excitement, right? Now, you might not feel all these things at first, right? You might still have a lot of fear there, and that's fine. It's going to be there, right? But that's where these words come into play. I need this. Imagine if next time you're set off by something, next time you're triggered, next time the anxiety is through the roof, if only for a second you were able to mutter those words. Now, you might have to practice these words, and again, they might not seem believable to you at first. All of that's irrelevant. Irrelevant, don't even worry about that. It's all irrelevant. Imagine for a second if you really started to practice telling yourself when your anxiety's through the roof, instead of, I don't want this, I don't like this, I don't want to have this, get away, please make it stop, I'll use acceptance so it'll go away. Imagine if you replaced all of that negative fuel to the fire, which is essentially what it is, and replaced it with, you know what, I need this. I need this. My anxiety's through the roof right now. I need this. Why? Why am I telling you to say those words? Because anxiety only learns when anxiety is turned on. That's when it learns. That's when you have access to these fear pathways that are literally in your brain. That is when you have access to the monkey brain. That is when you have an opportunity to show it something new, to show it something different, right? So that's why I'm telling you these words. I need this is so true. You might not fully believe it at first, okay? But it's so true, is it not? If anxiety only learns while anxiety's turned on, that's when anxiety's learning. That's when you have opportunities to retrain your brain and essentially get your life back. Are those words not so true? I need this. I need this moment of high anxiety. I need this intense anxiety. I need these intrusive thoughts. I need these symptoms. I need to be triggered like I am right now, right? Imagine for a second, guys, if that became your accepting inner voice. Imagine for a second if that became your go-to statement. Doesn't that sound so much better than, oh God, I hate this. I don't want to feel this. How can I make this go away? Oh God, here it is again, right? How many people, show of hands in chat, how many people have had a good day and then here comes, being triggered, intense anxiety, and then You go straight up to your head with the fuel to the fire, the gas to the fire, by saying things like, oh, God, here it is again. Oh, God. Show of hands. Come on, chat. Show of hands. How many people have had some good moments, and then here comes being triggered, and you go straight to the fuel to the fire. You go straight to things like, oh, man, here it is. I don't want, this sucks. I hate this. I don't want to feel this. This is so bad, right? I can't stand this. How many people go straight to that, right? We know we can't do that. We cannot do that. You cannot go straight to the negativity. Now, you might, but you got to catch it. You got to catch it. You can't keep riding this same old horse of, oh, I hate this. I don't want to feel. All that negativity goes straight to the amygdala, goes straight to the amygdala. And it tells the amygdala, there's a problem. There's a danger. Something's bothering you. Something bad's going to happen. All that negativity you're doing, that's what it's telling the amygdala. The amygdala, responsible for your anxiety, doesn't know any better. It says, okay, boss, I'll keep it pumping, right? I'll keep those protection chemicals pumping. So there's the irony of the situation. So you can't go straight to, oh, this sucks. Oh, I don't want this. Oh, what does this mean for my future? Oh, what if it gets this bad? Oh, you can't go that direction. You got to stop going that direction. So how do we do that? How do we do that? We do that through adopting a new attitude, a new perspective, a new go-to saying. And that's where these words come into play, right? The title of the stream, Overcoming Anxiety with These Words. What are these words? Again, those three words. I need this. Now, how much better does that sound? Right? I want to see some comments in chat. How much better does that sound? If your amygdala can be set off with worry, right? We know it can be set off with worry. Do you think it would rather hear, oh, I don't want this. I hate this. I can't believe this is here. This needs to leave as quick as possible. Do you think it wants to hear that? Or do you think it wants to hear, you know what? I need this. I need this. I need this. I need to be triggered. I need these intrusive thoughts so that I can practice accepting them, right? So I can retrain the fear that's been connected to them. I need these symptoms so that I can show my brain enough is enough. There is no real danger. I need this so that I can start taking my life back. I need this so that I can start rewiring my brain. Which sounds better to you? If we know that worry can set off the amygdala, right? Which sounds better to you? I'm sorry for coughing in the mic. I got like hella dry throat today. Which sounds better to you? I don't want this. I can't stand this. When's it going to go away? When will I recover? I'm never going to recover. When will I ever get better? Does that sound okay to you? Or does it sound better for you to say, you know what, I need this? And you do. I'm not just giving you some words that don't have any weight to them. These words got weight to them. And why do they have weight to them? They have weight to them because there's true. They're true. You need to be triggered in order to have access to those fear pathways. You need to be triggered by that thought or that situation in order to have access to those fear pathways. You need to be triggered to get your life back, right? So I'm not just on here tonight giving you words that don't have any weight to them. I'm not just on here tonight giving you a new perspective that doesn't mean jack, shit. I'm not on here just shouting these three words and just saying, oh, well, that sounds all right. That sounds pretty good. I need this. Yeah. No, you got to understand how deep these words are. You got to take this in for a second. You really do need those moments when you're triggered. You really do need to be set off by those intrusive thoughts. You really do need to feel that anxiety. So when you say those words to yourself, instead of going the negative route, blah, 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 when will it go away? Will I ever recover? Instead of going that route, you need to go the route of, I need this. This is a chance for me to prove to my brain that I'm not in danger. I'm triggered by an intrusive, sticky thought right now. I need this. I'm going to get up, do something productive, try to have a little bit of fun, even though I feel like crap. That thought's there, but you know what? I need this. I need this, right? Oh, God. I've got the sound coming out of my speakers and not my headphones, and that was really loud. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'll address that in just a second. Thank you so much. I don't even know who it is yet. Thank you so much. You need this, guys. You need this. I'm not just blowing smoke here, right? When I tell you that you need this, and when you tell yourself that you need this, it's true. That's the only time that you have access to your fear pathways, right? You can't expect to get your life back if you're never triggered again. You can't expect to get your life back if you're never have anxiety again, right? Now, of course, some people are going to say, some people are going to be a smart ass and say, well, if I never have anxiety again, then I'm already, yeah, I get it. I get it. But you understand my point. When you're triggered, you need it. When you're triggered, you need to feel it. When you're triggered, it's a good thing, not a bad thing. Imagine how powerful you would become in your journey, and imagine how much progress, and probably rather quickly, how much progress you could make in your journey if you switch from the side of I don't want this, don't like this, please go away, when will I recover, I'll never recover, whatever that bullcrap consists of. We could go on and on and on, right? Imagine how you could level up your recovery and how much more progress you could make if you have a little bit of faith in me and you go from all of that negative crap to I need this. The next time you're triggered, I want you to try those words. Now, I don't want you to try those words and then say to yourself, oh, well, that didn't make my anxiety go away instantly, so blah, 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 back to the negative. No, I just want you to stay with those words no matter what. Stay with those words no matter what. Don't look for instant results with these words. Just stay with the words. Can everybody agree to that? Can I get everybody in chat to say, got it? Or give me a big thumbs up in chat, right? Don't look for the instant benefits of those words. Just use them anyway, right? This is my attempt to get you to go from the second fear, which is keeping you in this cycle. It's what's keeping you in this cycle. To go from the second fear to a brand new perspective, an accepting perspective of I need this, right? Doesn't that sound so much better than all the other bull crap that you've been telling yourself for I don't know how many days, weeks, and months and years, right? How many months, days, weeks, and years have you guys said things to yourself like, there's that thought, what can I do to get it to go away? There's that thought, let me do this compulsion, let me do this coping method, Google, whatever. How many days, weeks, months, years have you went that route of second fear? If you're honest with yourself, you'll realize quite a lot, right? So, again, I know I've said it, and I get that I have a tendency to repeat myself, but it's just so important that I get these messages across to you guys, right? You could benefit so much from these messages as long as you're internalizing them, which means taking them in and not just tuning in a little bit and paying half attention, half not. If you would actually just give me your full undivided attention, right? And let me repeat myself until this clicks. We've got to take you from the second fear, which is all the negativity. Just sum it all up, all the negativity. We've got to get you to catch that and try to switch it to I need this. For so many years, probably, every time you've been anxious, it's immediate physical coping methods and compulsions, aka negative behaviors, and immediate second fear mentally. I don't want this, I don't need this, when will I recover, how do I recover, when will I ever recover, all that's got to go. So next time you're hit with anxiety, it goes from, okay, no compulsions, no coping methods, I'm just going to go do the dishes, and while I do the dishes, I'm going to remind myself, I need this, right? Imagine for a second, guys, how you would flip anxiety on its head if you stick to those words. Not instantly, right? You're going to have to let those fear pathways be retrained. It's going to take a little bit of time. But imagine how much progress you could make in time if we finally got rid of that second fear and started to practice. And I say practice because I know you're going to have to make yourself say those words. It's not going to be instant. You're not going to instantly, next time you're triggered, go straight to those words. No, you're going to have to remember my words, and you're going to have to say, okay, I'm doing it again. I'm going to try to practice what Wonder Bro said. You know what? I need this. It's okay that this is here. I need this, right? And then it hits you again. You get another thought. You get another physical symptom. What? I need this. I remember what Wonder Bro said. I'm going to keep coming back to these words. I need this. Imagine how we could take you from the second fear lifestyle to a lifestyle of acceptance with just those 3 words. So if you're on this channel and you've been watching me for a while, and you say things like, well, this all sounds great, but I don't know what he means by the accepting inner voice. Now you've got absolutely no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse anymore because it's 3 words. You can't, I'm sorry, you can no longer come in my chat and say, well, I don't know what you mean by the accepting inner voice, or I don't know what to tell myself. You can no longer use that excuse. It's over. Sorry. If you want to use that excuse, you're too late. You should have tuned out, because now that you've got these 3 words, I'll never buy that excuse again, because it's 3 words. It is 3 words. I need this. So no more, chat. No more excuses on I don't know what the accepting inner voice is. I don't know how to use it. I don't know what to tell myself, Wonder Bro. I don't know what to say to myself in those moments. That's not going to fly around here anymore, because those are 3 words, and I know that each and every one of you are capable of remembering 3 words. And if you're not, you probably got bigger problems than anxiety if you can't remember 3 words, okay? So you might be on the wrong channel. 3 words, chat. I need this. If you catch yourself in your head saying things like, oh my God, here it is again, I don't like this, I don't want to feel this, when will it go away? Catch that and introduce those 3 words. Can I get everybody in chat, everybody that's watching this stream right now, can I get everybody in chat to write those 3 words? I promise, I'm not trying to be crazy, but I want these 3 words to really sink in. I want you to walk away from this stream and never be able to forget it. Never be able to forget it. Everybody in the chat, spam those 3 words. I need this. That is your new mantra. That is your new attitude. If you are someone who says things like, I don't know what the accepting inner voice is, well, there's your 3 words. You can't use that anymore. You can't use that cop-out anymore, because now we got 3 words for you, and that's all you got to remember. We're taking you from the second fear attitude to an attitude of opportunity, an attitude of bring it on, an attitude of excitement, an attitude of this, I can take advantage of this. We're taking you from the second fear attitude to an attitude of recovery, to an attitude of, all right, this sucks. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable, but you know what? I need this. I need this. That sounds so much better than what do I do? What's the accepting inner voice? How do I get out of this? When will I heal? Will I ever heal? I hate my life. I hate this feeling. All that's gone. All that's done for. You're going to start catching all that crap, and you're going to start turning it into, you know what, I need this. And if your mind ever stops you and says, well, why are you saying I need this? Remember why you need it. The reason you need it is because you only have access to those fear pathways when the anxiety is there, when you are triggered. So yes, you do need this. It's not just me trying to pull the you know, something over your head and trying to pull a prank on you. No, you really do need this. When we say those words, I need this, they're true. It's not just a mantra or some bullcrap. No, they're true. You do need this. And I want you to realize that when you say these 3 words, it's not just me trying to get you on some positivity kick. No, it's true. You literally do need this, right? Next time your anxiety's high, you literally need that in order to retrain. So here's what it needs to look like. I'm going to give you a play-by-play so that there's no room for error. Next time you are triggered, I don't care if it's by a sticky thought that won't go away. I don't care if it's by a situation. I don't care if it's by a symptom. I don't care what triggers you, but next time you're triggered, here is your play-by-play. I'm triggered by what is irrelevant. You know what? Oh, God, I hate this. Oh, wait a minute. Catch that. I need this. That's right. I need this. Okay. It's here. Whew, making me sweat a little bit, but I need this. I'm going to get up and take the trash out because I got a brain to retrain. So you get up and take the trash out. 10, 15 minutes later, I don't know, maybe even 2 seconds later, you notice you're in your head saying the old story you've repeated for years now, or months, or whatever, weeks. Oh, God, I don't want this. No, catch that, and we come back to those 3 words again. I need this. Right, that's right, I do need this. Okay, this is a good thing, not a bad thing. You see what I'm doing here? Does everybody see what I'm doing here in chat? I'm trying to give you a new way of seeing anxiety that's going to get you to recovery. Because the way you're currently seeing anxiety is not going to get you to recovery. But if you start to practice that new way of seeing anxiety sounds so much better, doesn't it? Sounds so much better next time you're anxious to hear, I need this, rather than, oh God, I don't want this. This is horrible. This is awful, right? So I'm just trying to get you into recovery with a new way of seeing things. That's all I'm trying to do here tonight. And I need this is so true. And it's a way to get you into a new attitude, right? I need this. So those are your 3 words. That's your play-by-play. You're reminding yourself, I need this, while you get up and do what you need to do, while you use those positive behaviors. That is the 2 keys working in perfect alignment together, right? So no more. I don't want to hear any more about someone saying, I don't know what the accepting inner voice is. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to use a accepting positive inner voice. I don't know what you're talking about, Wonder Bro. I gave you 3 words tonight. And I'm telling you that that's the only homework you have. And if you can't pass that homework, remembering 3 words, I don't know what to tell you. Right? So no more do I want to hear, I don't know how to do this. You do. And it's just a matter of doing it. It's a matter of doing it now. Anybody is capable of repeating 3 words to themselves. Right? And I want you to repeat those words when you're triggered. You don't have to go around 24 hours a day repeating those words. But when you're triggered and when you notice yourself being negative, that's when those words are really going to come into play. When you notice yourself being negative, those 3 words, you know what? I need this. Right? So there you go, guys. Whew, that was a long one. We almost spent a half hour on the point of the stream. That was the point of the stream tonight, guys. I need this. Overcoming anxiety with these words. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I want to get this video out to as many people as possible. God, I'm getting choked. To as many people as possible because I feel like it's a really important one. As long as people have that sort of second fear, really worried, negative attitude, it's hard for them to make progress, and it's hard for them to do the positive behaviors. You know, we always say that we've got 2 keys for a reason. So I really want this channel to do well, or not channel, but I want this video to do well on the channel because I feel like this is one of my more important ones, honestly. I see it happen all the time. People talking about they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They don't know what the accepting inner voice is. So I feel like this should put that to rest. Like, I don't know how much more clear you could be about it. So if you did enjoy it, guys, again, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, 2BB, thank you so much for the $10 tip that gave me a mini heart attack there. I appreciate you. First tip of the stream says, I need to donate to Wonder Bro. Thank you so much, dude, for the $10 tip. Show some love in the chat. All right, guys, if you have questions, comments, now is your time to ask them. Now is your time to ask them and get them out there, and let's discuss. We're going to switch to post-stream for just a second. Let's see here. We'll probably switch on back over to the face cam. I am going to get us some music going, but yeah, if you have questions, now is your time to shine, so to speak. So, let's get us some music going. Thank you, Kate, for showing some love to the tippers. Appreciate you. We're going to go with our playlist that we've been using the past couple days because I really enjoy it. Yes, I see a lot of comments that say I need this. Yes. We want to get that new message across to your brain. All right, let's get us some soothing, relaxing tunes going. There we go. It's a little loud. We're going to turn that down just a bit. All right, let's switch on back over to main. A little dark in here. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight's stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the ongoing support as well. We are on a 179-day streak, man. That is insane. Thank you so much. Should you have multiple accepting inner voices? You don't have to, right? You don't technically have to. You don't have to have a bunch of different mantras, you could call them, or sayings. You can stick to one. If all you can really remember is I need this, work from there. Work with that. If that branches out, then that's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to say. I'm here to give you some examples. And, again, if you're one of those people who get confused and you're like, I don't know what to tell myself, I need this sums it all up, right? That's accepting, that's embracing, and that statement kind of embodies the accepting attitude, right? But to answer your question more directly, you don't have to have multiple different sayings or statements. Just whatever gets you into that accepting attitude a little bit better. Whatever gets you to stop adding so much negativity and second fear. Second fear is worry, right? Londo says, been doing better at not adding fear to the thoughts and sensations, but I still think I'm just stuck in my head almost all the time, just telling myself reassuring things and not living in the moment. Well, listen, there's a difference between fighting with thoughts by using reassurance, which we don't do, right? There's a difference between that and telling yourself something like, the point of the night's stream, I need this. So imagine for a second, if you've got some intrusive thoughts going on, instead of trying to reassure yourself, oh God, that thing won't happen, that bad thing won't happen, I won't die, right? Instead of doing all that crap, which is just worry in disguise, replace that with simply, you know what, I need these intrusive thoughts. I need this because this is when my brain is learning, right? Short, sweet, and simple. I've said that for years. Short, sweet, and simple is always preferred to long, drawn-out debates. Just keep it short, sweet, and simple. I need this. Oh, I've got that intrusive thought that's really sticky right now. I need this because my brain is open and it's learning right now. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Like, hear me out for a second. I know that you hate your intrusive thoughts. I know that those intrusive thoughts cause a shit ton of very, very intense, uncomfortable symptoms. I know that situations cause very uncomfortable symptoms. I know that just anxiety in general causes very uncomfortable symptoms. But isn't that isn't that a beautiful thing to know that next time you're triggered by a thought or whatever you're triggered by, isn't it a beautiful thing to know that literally in that moment you've got an amazing opportunity to put in some work and be done with this shit? Isn't it an amazing, beautiful thing to know that you do need this? Isn't it beautiful in itself just to admit to yourself, hey, I feel like crap, but I need this because I'm getting my life back right now. While the anxiety is high, while the fear is high, that's when my brain is like a sponge, literally soaking up new pathways, right? As I sit here and I tell myself I need this and I'm living my life, I know that those words are true because I'm getting my life back. So yeah, I feel like crap. But you know what? I need this because I am literally rebuilding my life. Isn't that such a beautiful way to look at it instead of, oh God, I hate this, right? Life is pain and suffering. What will I do? When will I recover? Isn't it so much better to just simply say, you know what? I need this. And to understand that those words are true and to understand that it is a beautiful thing, that it's happening right now because that's why your brain is learning the most. Right? And the irony is, the more you use those words, I need this, the more retraining you do. The more retraining you do. So I really want you to, maybe tonight this message hits some people really deep and they're all for it. And maybe tonight it hits some of you, but not really too deeply. You're kind of like, okay, that's an interesting concept. But I want you to try it anyway. Even if you're one of those people who this message didn't really hit that hard and you're just kind of like, okay, well, that was an interesting stream, just try it anyway. Even if you don't fully understand what I'm trying to say tonight, try it anyway. I need this. Next time you're anxious, triggered, I need this. Why do you need this? Because that's when your brain is learning the most, right? That's when your brain is learning the most. So of course you need it. Of course you need it. And that's so much better. There's no second fear in that statement. And that's what we're going for, no second fear. So I'm gonna finally take a breather. I've been ranting for what? Let's see. Nonstop like 35 minutes. So we're finally gonna take a breather here. Do some stretches, do some yawns. Okay, let it out. Let it all out. All right. Thank you for the question, Yolando. I appreciate you, dude. I'm glad you're doing better. Instead of doing so much mental reassuring and fighting with yourself, come back to those 3 words, right? See if that helps you out there. I'm sure it will, and I know it will if you'll dedicate to it. So don't forget to leave a like. Thank you, Kate, for reminding everybody. I'm horrible at doing that. Yes, I would appreciate all the lovely thumbs up if you guys wouldn't mind. It really does help the channel grow. Makes a bigger impact on the algorithm than you think it does. All right, guys. Any more questions? Feel free to send them my way, and I will do my best. I think we're going to go, let's see, BRB for just a second. Give me just a second, guys. All right, pardon the interruption. As you know, the dizziness and off balance, should I still say I need this? Yes, because those are your anxiety symptoms, right? We know that those are your anxiety symptoms, so we know that we need to work with them rather than against them. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself settled back in over here. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. Your anxious mind is already trying to overcomplicate it, right? Your anxious mind is like, should I really be saying I need this, right? Your anxious mind's already trying to talk you out of it before we've even started. But to answer your question, absolutely you need this. Because if you're experiencing anxiety symptoms, right, that means we've got some fear pathways that are activated. So you do need it. You do need it because that means pathways are activated, which means it's an opportunity to retrain. So yes, you should say that. Yes, yes, most certainly. But yeah, please ask your questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and if a question is the only thing that's stopping you from getting started, well then ask away and let's get started. Don't hold off on this practice just because you've got a question unanswered. Ask it, let's get it out of the way, and let's get you started, because the sooner the better, right? No need to stay in this cycle more than need be. Let's see, I'll scroll up for a second, make sure I didn't miss any comments here. I think we're good, though. I did miss Lincoln coming in. What's up, Lincoln? If you're still here, that is. How you doing, dude? I keep feeling like I'm going to fall, LOL, but I would tell myself I need this. Yeah, of course. And I know that sounds weird, right? Accepting sounds weird because you're not used to that. You're used to a fight. So, of course, that sounds odd. But you do need it. Anytime you're anxious or triggered, you need it because that's the only time you have the opportunity to retrain your brain. Anxiety learns while anxiety is turned on. That's something that you're going to hear on this channel quite a lot because it's true. Anxiety only learns when anxiety is turned on. So, yeah, it doesn't feel good, but you do need it. You need to learn how to accept it. You need to use positive behavior through it. You need to not fuel it with the negativity, right? And if you're telling yourself, I need this, doesn't that sound a lot better than, oh God, I might fall, this is horrible, please go away? The more you tell yourself that crap, the more you just aggravate your amygdala, right? So you should say, I need this, even though you feel like, oh, I might fall, right? Well, you're triggered. You got anxiety. Your anxiety comes in the form of these particular symptoms, whatever. That's all irrelevant. You do need it. You do need it. And that's the accepting inner voice that's going to, the irony is it's going to stop fueling the fire. It's going to stop fueling the fire, and it's absolutely true. You do need it because that's when your brain is learning. That's when your brain's learning. So yes, you need it. Yes, you need it. Doesn't that sound so much better than, oh my God, I can't stand this? Which message do you think your amygdala would rather hear? I need this, right? Because this is a good opportunity to retrain. Or, oh God, there's something wrong, amygdala. There's something wrong, right? Which do you think your amygdala would rather hear? I need this, which is a positive, accepting message, or something that's going to set the amygdala off like, oh God, this is horrible, I don't like this, please go away, right? What's up, Screaming Piano? Welcome, dude. I believe this is your first comment, right? Did you just sneak in here? The more triggered I get, the less I care about being triggered. Yes, as long as you're embracing and accepting, you will get to that point. You will get to that point where you care less and less. It's hard to get to the point where you care less and less if you're not telling yourself that accepting inner voice, right? Like, for example, what we've been saying all night, I need this, something along those lines. Hard to get to the point of caring less and less when you're stoking the fire every single day, but you start to embrace a new inner voice, and you will get to that point. You will get to that point. Almost impossible to get to that point if you just keep stoking the fire, though. So we gotta work on that. But congrats, dude. I'm glad you're at that point, and I hope everybody else can join you there. And if everybody is willing to have a little bit of blind faith in me and practice this new accepting inner voice, they will get there. I know they will. I know they will. I can feel it. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Been a good stream tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I made it sound like I'm going somewhere. I'm not going anywhere right now. Just saying, it's been a good one, and we've definitely went over a very important topic tonight. So I hope you guys really internalize this and think about what we said here tonight, and really give it a try. Really give it a try. I urge you. Dudes, all my dudes out there. It's probably the number one repeated mistake that I see, honestly, is people trying to get on board with the positive behaviors, and they can manage that for a little bit, but their inner voice is just such, putting it bluntly, it's just such shit that it's hard to keep people on board with positive behaviors if the inner voice is just stoking the fire 24/7. And that's why I always say we've got two keys for a reason. So if you're trying to live your life and you think you're doing good on positive behaviors, great, you've got half of the equation down. But we do need you to start gently reminding yourself, you know what, I need this when the anxiety is there, instead of negative crap, right? So we do need that. We need both of the two main keys. I promise if we could only have one main key, then we'd only have one key. I promise. For simplicity's sake, we would only have one key if we could, but we can't. We simply can't. We can't have people doing positive behaviors with so much negative crap going on in their head and expecting to make leadway. Look at it like this. Your positive behaviors are great. They're showing the brain that the tiger doesn't exist. But you're constantly producing a new tiger with your negativities. So you're going round and round in a circle, Does everybody get what I'm saying there? If you're doing positive behaviors, it's wonderful. Your brain is saying, oh, there must not be a tiger. But with all of the negativity that you keep telling yourself every single day, you're producing new, air quotes here, new tigers every day. So we're just going in circles, going in circles. The positive behaviors are absolutely needed, and they will get you there. They will get you there. They will change your entire life if you change your routine and start using positive behaviors. But, yeah, I know, life sucks. There's always a but. But if you're doing the positive behaviors, great, pat yourself on the back. But if you're just creating new tigers every day with all of your negative thinking, right? Your negative fighting and thinking with the fighting thoughts and negative thinking and, you know, all that stuff, right? Then you're just creating more and more tigers, right? So we gotta have two keys for a reason, and that's why we've got to have two keys. Positive behaviors, awesome, but an accepting inner voice, it's needed so that you stop making so many tigers, right? So they go hand in hand, and one day I'm sure I've got it wrote down here. I plan on doing a stream where we talk about how both are needed. Occasionally I do streams on how we got to have both of the two keys, because I know a lot of people like to just pick one and run with it. We got to pick both, right? And then some people get overwhelmed and they say, well, both sounds too hard to do. No, it's not. You have no excuses after watching this stream because I gave you 3 words. I need this. That's all you got to do. You catch your negative thinking and turn it into I need this. Everybody can remember to do that, right? So you can't say using both of the two keys is too much work. It's 3 words. It's 3 words while you use your positive behaviors. So if you're doing positive behaviors every day but you couldn't get the accepting inner voice down, well, here, 3 words. Keep doing what you're doing with your positive behaviors. I just want you to add these 3 words. I need this, instead of all the negativity. That's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to add. I'm not adding a bunch to your plate. I'm adding 3 words, right? And those 3 words, if you're used to adding negative second fear language, those 3 words could be the difference and the make or break. Those 3 words could be what turns the tide in your favor. So it could be that that's what you were missing all along. Imagine if that's all you were missing all along, and it probably is. I'm not lying to you. There's like a 90% chance that most people in this chat right now, all they were missing all along was those 3 words. And that sounds, some of you are probably thinking, if he's right about this, I can't believe I've drugged this recovery thing on so long and suffered so long when all I was missing was 3 words. If he's right about this, this is going to be crazy. Well, I can almost guarantee you, if you introduce those 3 words over top of the negative crap that you're used to speaking, it really will make the difference. It'll be the difference maker. So, and if I could only get people to truly dedicate to that, there would be a handful of you coming back in the stream in no time saying, wow, I really did take that one stream to heart and started using those 3 words, I need this, instead of all the negative crap, Wonder Bro. And you were right. Dude, I suffered for so long, and 3 words is what was able to make the difference for me in the end. Right? So, but that's only going to happen to those who truly take this advice to heart and use it. I can tell you those 3 words for 2 hours, but if you don't take it to heart and use it, you won't be coming back in here saying that. You'll be coming back in here saying the same old crap, right? But if you take it to heart and use it, you will be coming back and you'll be saying, wow, 20 years, and all I needed was those 3 words instead of my negativity. I can guarantee that, but you got to use it. You got to do it. You can't just listen to the stream and go right back to your negative thinking. It's not going to work. You got to actually use it, right? And that sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people listen to the streams, but how many are actually going to use those 3 words? I don't know. It's up to you. We're going on a lot of rants tonight, apparently, chat. We got Sky in the chat. What's up, Mr. Stud Muffin? How you doing? Sky's got his jokes ready tonight. Sky's got his jokes ready tonight. We'll switch back over to Facecam. Actually, I lied. We're gonna switch to post stream until I finish what I'm doing over here with this smoke, because I don't wanna. I wanna try to cut back on doing that on stream. It's not a good example to set, is it? Not so good with changing my behaviors, and maybe that is your thing. Maybe you personally struggle with the positive behaviors, right? We can work on that too. There's two keys for a reason. Let's try to work on both. I need this, right? Live your life, positive behaviors. So maybe you do personally struggle with positive behaviors, but you can work on it. You can absolutely work on it. Might take a little bit of forcing yourself, but you can. You're more than capable. More than capable. It's like my hobby now, the only topic in my brain. Yeah, compulsion. Sounds like a compulsion. Sounds like anytime you're anxious, you want to read anxiety material to try to reduce the anxiety, is what it sounds like. The brain makes those connections. The brain makes those connections. Told myself, absolutely, I told myself I wouldn't go down this hole. It's become an addiction. Yeah, it's compulsions, it's coping methods, and your brain, we talked the other day how it's kind of like a stupid monkey brain, but we also said that in some ways it's pretty clever. And that way it's clever, and that way I'll give it some credit. It does make connections. It realizes that when you get triggered or anxious, you do something to try to reduce that anxiety. That is what we call a coping method of compulsion. It tells the brain that, hey, I need to do this or else I'm in danger, right? And it sends the wrong message. It sends the wrong message. So, but you said you're working on it, right? And that's all you can do. You said you're working on it. Give yourself props for that. Big stretch. Big stretch. You know, those compulsions, piano, those coping methods, yeah, they're a problem, and they're a problem for a lot of people. And again, that's why we've got two keys. You know, the positive behaviors do cover the compulsion side of things. That kind of just comes with positive behaviors, working on cutting down the compulsions. But yeah, compulsions are a problem for a lot of people. So that's why we got those two keys. Become my hobby is self-improvement. Prior to sensitization, I used to devour self-help content. So it's become a double-edged sword now. Yeah, a good way to kind of simplify that in your mind would be self-improvement's one thing, but if it involves the word anxiety, get rid of it. Get rid of it. If you wanna read stuff online about self-improvement, go for it. But if it involves the word anxiety or panic or any of that crap, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. No more. Of course, that's your decision to make, but I say chuck it out. Chuck it out. And that's the simplest way to put it, right? So you might have confused yourself thinking, well, I love self-improvement, but if it involves the word anxiety, then it's not self-improvement anymore. It's just you obsessing and using a compulsion. So you have left the self-improvement aisle, and you're starting to go down the compulsion aisle at that point. I'm like putty in the universe's hands. Or you're the universe with putty in your hands. Take full responsibility for my actions. And since you're able to do that, we can actually make progress, right? I love some Tolly. Nothing wrong with a little bit of Tolly. I try to keep it super simple around here, but nothing wrong with some Tolly on the side every now and then. I'm gonna flex. I can't tell if that's just like a poem or song lyrics or if that's an actual question, maybe. Sky? That's how I slipped back into anxiety content. I started with, I'll just watch some Eckhart. Then it got to, I'll learn about, down the rabbit hole, which in themselves, that's all good shit, right? Like, it's all got its place, but not when it becomes a compulsion. Quote I put on Facebook, can't move forward looking back. Yes, I try to update the Facebook page as often as possible with stuff like that. Just little helpful reminders, motivating quotes. I was sucked in like a sucker. Yep, it'll happen, dude. Just that fast. Oh, some poetry. Okay, gotcha. I thought so. I've been struggling with some existential life thoughts lately, making me feel not human sometimes. I try to apply 2 keys, but I can't help but feel it so strong. Well, you will feel it, right? And that's not your problem, nor is it your fault. You will feel it, but the point is we got to add as little second fear to that as possible, and tonight's stream was all about those 3 words, I need this. So next time you're triggered by those thoughts, tell yourself, you know what, I need this, because this is when my brain is learning. So instead of fighting with those thoughts, you just say, you know what, I need this. I'm going to let that happen. Do you see how that's a total change, total shift in attitude right there? Live by those 3 words, man. Instead of fighting with your thoughts, feelings, live by those 3 words. Should I put my mic like up here like other cool YouTubers do? Does this sound like crap? That's like way out of the way. Why do they do it like that? I'll just stick to what works. It's not my fault I'm sensitized, but it's my fault that I'm keeping myself sensitized. I love it. True. I haven't been on Facebook in a while. Also, this is Christopher. Okay, I changed my YouTube name. I was like, I've got an admin named Data. Which one do you guys prefer? I call it Data. Data Bunny. I was like, I got an admin called Data Bunny. I'm glad you explained yourself because I probably would have removed mod. I'm like, who is this? Is this an accidental? Did I accidentally give someone admin? I'm always trying to find little ways to improve my setup, but I think we're pretty on point with what we got here. I don't really know many more improvements I could make, to be honest. Like, everything's pretty high quality. The only thing with that is I feel like I'm agreeing with the thoughts and ruminations, you know? Well, in a way you are, right? Oh God, I probably just gave you a panic attack. In a way you are. You're not agreeing with them. Like, let's say you get a thought that says, oh God, you're crazy and nothing matters and whatever your thoughts say. In a way you are agreeing with them by just simply saying, you know what, I need this because my brain's learning. I'm just going to let it be. I need this. So in a way you're agreeing. But you're not agreeing because deep down in your soul you believe that you're crazy, like the thought is saying or whatever, right? That's just an example. You're agreeing so that you're no longer playing this sick game. You're not agreeing because you believe it on like a soul-binding level. You're agreeing because you're just not going to play its bullcrap game anymore, right? It's all bullshit, and that's why you're agreeing. You're just saying, yep, I need this. Say what you want to say. Yep, sure. I need this, so trigger me all you want. I need this. Be here all you want. I need this. Because you do need it. You do need it. That's when the brain learns. Anxiety learns while anxiety is turned on. So I need this is a true statement. It's not just 3 words that I'm randomly throwing out there. It's true. You do need this. Needed to rebrand somewhat? All good, dude. From what I remember, you're like, I might be wrong, but you're into like digital art, right? Like, big into digital art, Bunny, right? Kate said, I'm not mad at anything. She stated when she first came into the stream that she was going to be on good behavior today and not bully me. And she's probably just being really quiet because she doesn't know what to do if she's not bullying me. Maybe? Is that it, Kate? Is that it? I don't know. I'm trying to solve the mystery here, man. Guys, fair warning, we are past our 1 hour mark and the streak could possibly end tonight. I don't bring, you guys know me, I don't bring the streak up unless we get close to the end, and I like to give you guys a little heads up, a little fair warning, so that's the only time I ever bring the streak up. But we are past our hour mark. I'd say we'll be here for a little bit longer, but as of right now, we might lose the streak. I know it's super hard when you're in it, Charles. Yes, yes. It can be. It comes with practice, though. It's really weird to respond to all this with "I need this," right? I know that sounds weird, but it's so much better. It sends such a better message than all the negative second fear. Wait, did I miss a message from you? Oh, I did. It's so hard for me to come in here and play nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm twiddling my thumb. Yeah, you did say that. Right. Okay. So the mystery has already been solved. That can't be the real reason, right? I was joking. Is that the real reason? You just don't know what nice things to say? I mean, that might be it. Are you fully recovered? I'm assuming you mean from sensitization, right? The sensitized state? Yes, I am not sensitized. I was sensitized several times in my life before finding acceptance, though, but I am not currently sensitized, no. And I haven't been for, wow, how long have we been doing the channel now? Almost 6 years. Anxiety is a part of everybody, right? So I know you're a newbie, so I just want to throw this out there. Anxiety is a part of everybody. It's okay to feel nervousness, right? It's only when it gets unhealthy. And by unhealthy, I mean sensitized. Unhealthy meaning that it's impacting your daily life. That's when it needs to be worked on. That's when you've got nerves that are sensitized and need to be healed. You can heal from that, yes. My last serious bout of sensitization before I knew about acceptance and everything that I teach now, again, has been, wow, probably 6 years ago. I don't know, it was a little bit before I started the channel. When I came out of it, my first video was right when I felt good enough to say, yeah, I'm no longer sensitized. So if you find my first video and check how many years ago that's been, that's about how long I've been out of it. Kate said, "We will not lose the streak. We will stream all night." I mean, I take some responsibility because I don't talk about the streak. I don't talk about typical. I watch other streamers who just shamelessly bring up their typicals throughout their streams, which is understandable. Like, that's fine. I just don't do it because it feels awkward to me. Like, it makes me cringe to say something like, "Okay, guys, let's get the typical." Like, I can't do it. I don't know how they do it. I just can't do it. But I will give people a warning. I do that. Like, if we're coming to near the end of the stream and we're about to lose typical, I will throw that out there. So, I don't know about streaming all night, though. I don't know about streaming all night. I mean, maybe we can get you on podcast channel and let you take over until we do hit typical. You want to take over the stream tonight, Sky? You are next on my list, though, to answer your question without any joking. You are next on my list for a podcast. I'm not sure when I'm going to do my next podcast, but you are next on the list. We had to get Kate in. Kate was been wanting to do it for a while, so we got her in, and yeah, I think you're the next person who's been asking. So I don't really know if there is anybody else outside of you now, Sky. I think we've done everybody who's interested. I was working at the Ups after I got out of sensitization and started working in IT. One of the most stressful fields to be in, but I'm still alive. Yes, sir. Always will be. Well, maybe not always will be alive, but for a very long time, at least. Why did I? That's so stupid. I'm an idiot. I feel like I'm about 90% recovered because I don't care much about the sensations or thought. I just need to work on behaviors. Yes. And you could just be keeping yourself simply with the compulsions, right? Could just be keeping yourself away from that last, so to speak, 10% with the compulsions. When I said it, Bunny, I realized what I was saying. You'll always be alive. Well, not necessarily, but hopefully you'll be alive for quite some time. So, oh God. Oh God. Like a freaking gremlin. Trying to grow a beard, it's getting there, getting full, but the other side slower growing. Yeah, it's beards are weird, right? Beards are weird. There's certain spots. I get what you're saying, because like right in the middle of my chin, I don't know if it's obvious. It's probably not obvious when it's grown out, but I have trouble growing hair like right in the middle of my chin. Beards are strange, man. They're strange beasts. Had a year of zero sensitization. It was lovely. Post medication. Feel like it's a good time now to finally practice the skills I didn't get to practice. Yeah, the first time around, exactly. I like your attitude, dude. I like the way that you look at it. It's very important to have a good attitude here. Very, very important. In fact, that's a huge understatement. Remember, my doc gave me Xanax. Took it for a week, but it wasn't for me. It was for getting stuff. Yeah. As far as medication goes, of course, it's always going to be a choice left up to the individual, but it doesn't always sit right with everybody. You know, everybody's different, right? As far as that goes. So, me personally, I never tried the medication route. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a time or two where I was like heavily debating it because I was so miserable before I learned about acceptance. So there was a time or two where I was debating it, but just in time, I started to learn the right stuff and started applying it, and yeah, I ended up never going down the medication route. But yeah, there was times where I debated it a little bit. Who knows if I would have actually done it, but it did cross my mind at certain miserable points. Yeah, Ophelia, a lot of people do just kind of deal with it, right? Before they learn, you know, about these techniques, how the brain and body works, all that good stuff. A lot of people just kind of deal with it the best that they can. It's unfortunate when there's these techniques exist, right? The accepting inner voice. We went over those 3 words tonight. I need this. And the positive behaviors, you know, sending the right message to the brain. Before you know all that stuff, you kind of just do what you can, which is, again, very unfortunate, because sadly, what that consists of, just dealing with it consists of, normally a lot of second fear. But, you know, when you don't know any better, you don't know any better, right? I mean, nobody can blame you for that. Yeah, accidentally applying the 2 keys. It happens sometimes when people just give up, quote unquote. The only bad part about that is normally people pick up bad habits again, right? So I have heard of people accidentally applying acceptance, right, the 2 keys, and then unfortunately they pick up bad habits again somewhere down the road. That's the only bad part about accidentally applying acceptance. Bad habits usually have a funny way of coming back. Hey everyone, way late, but looks like I'll be able to catch some of the live stream. What's up, Eclipse? Hope you're doing good, dude. Only learned about acceptance after I got better from first sensitization. Yes. Well, I'm glad you're here now with us, screaming. Glad you're here. Piano. I have a question. What's up, Kate? Kate has a question. Hey, any question you got, I might have an answer. Yo, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Working on my heart. I love to hear it, dude. Wanted to listen to your stream. Coincidence. I love it. Well, welcome. My habit was grabbing candy when I felt off. Yeah, everybody's got their own little odd, strange compulsions, right? Oh, okay, that's why. Now that makes more sense because you. Okay, got it. I got you, buddy. That makes a lot more sense. This is the first time I've been sensitized with knowledge. Yes, so this is going to be a really big change for you. It does make a huge difference. I agree. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, Bunny. If I join podcast channel at any time you are streaming, will I automatically be in the stream, or do you have to push a magic button? I would have to be in the podcast channel myself. If you join the podcast channel now without me in there, I wouldn't be in there, so it wouldn't capture any of my desktop audio. So you'd just be talking to yourself, yeah. Nobody would hear anything. That's supposed to be a role that I give and then take back and then give again. But I guess it really doesn't matter because unless I'm in there, it won't actually do anything. It won't actually do anything unless I'm in there. She said, damn it. She had plans of popping into the podcast channel and doing, I don't know what. She's gonna pull a fast one on me. Kate, you little trickster. You little trickster, not today. Okay, we got safety measures in place here. Hello, Chris. Gustavo, what's up, dude? Have you reached your goal today? No, we are 40 short on the tip goal. We are 40 short on the tip goal. My anxiety comes from heart fears. Had the whole thing done, EKG, all that. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing, right? Their own fears that drive their anxiety. Nothing but bills. Yeah, that should be your real fear. That should be your real fear, is the medical bills that come along with having health anxiety. That's what's going to put you in the grave from stress more than anxiety ever can or will, is the medical bills. So there you go. Why are the tips so low? To be fair, I think it's for two reasons. I think number one, it's because I'm awkward and I don't push the tip goal. I watch other streamers push their tip goals and they're really good at it, and I don't, because again, I think it's awkward and I cringe when I try to push my tip goal. So I don't mention it and people forget that it even exists, and that's my fault. Maybe I'll try not to be so awkward about it in the future. It just feels weird for me to bring it up. I don't know why, chat. Feels strange. And secondly, to be fair, we have slow nights, right? Slow nights exist. We're on a 179-day streak, so I mean, that's absolutely insane. If the tip goal ended at any point, I mean, there's no regrets here. 179 days, I mean. So to be fair, we've been on a 179-day streak. Like, the tips are never bad, or else we would not be here right now. So I fully expect at some point that it must come to an end, right? That's to be expected, but it looks like it's not going to come to an end today, because my boy Gustavo just came through and we hit tip goal with a $40 tip from Gustavo. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you, man. Everybody give a round of applause to Gustavo. We're not stopping tonight. We just rounded it up to an even 180-day streak. Please show my boy Gustavo some love. He has been a supporter. God, I don't know how long he's been a supporter. A long time. He's what I would definitely consider an OG. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take it from me. I don't even want it now. Why? I'm sure we'll have you back on the podcast soon. Keep it. You just want to pull a prank on me. Thank you, Gustavo. Appreciate you, dude. That's a 180-day streak. Can I say something about what you just taught in this video? Yeah, sure, dude. Go right ahead. I literally applied what you told me and it shifted my mindset. Can feel myself not be as tense. Yeah, dude. I mean, just from this one video, if you really start to apply, I need this instead of I don't like this, I don't want this. If you literally just start to apply, I need this because my brain's learning right now, right? That already takes so much second fear out of the equation. So please, Charles, don't just let this be a spur of the moment thing that you give up on tomorrow. Try to keep this attitude, right? It might be harder sometimes than others, but try to keep it. 3.5 years to be exact. Yes, definitely one of my OG supporters. Gustavo was watching the videos back when, like 5 people would watch my videos. So, and that's not the first time he supported the channel, so he deserves a big round of applause. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Across the room for a moment there. Well, what I mean by that, Charles, is don't give up on this. Of course you're not going to give up on it when it seems to be doing good for you. Why would you give up on it? But I'm saying just expect that there may be times where it doesn't feel too good and you're saying I need this, but it doesn't seem to be hitting you as much, right? Lincoln, thank you so much, dude. God, I'm all over the place. What am I trying to say, chat? I'm trying to say, Charles, that there's going to be times when you tell yourself I need this and you may not fully believe it and it may still suck a lot, but keep at it anyway, right? Does that make sense? Keep at it anyway. There we go. Why did I make that so complicated? Let's see. True wonder, bro. It has to end sometimes. Yeah, that's what I tell myself. Lincoln, thank you so much for the $5 tip. Let's get that added before I forget. That's what I tell myself. You know, tip goal's got or streak at least has to end at some point, I would think, right? And I'm also grateful for 180 days, right? How could you not be grateful for that? There's a lot of things that I tell myself about tip goal if the tips are slow, and they're all very, very true. 180 days is insane. You can be nothing but grateful for that. And yeah, I'm just awkward when it comes to tip goal. I don't like to bring it up much because it feels too much like begging to me. I don't know how other streamers do it when they mention their tip goals so often. I just can't do it. It feels like begging. And yeah, that's just not my style. So, but we hit tip goal. Lincoln coming in with the 5, tacking it on there, and Gustavo. Tip note says now you can say you went over tip goal. Yes. And don't forget about 2B who tipped the 10 earlier. Thank you so much, guys. 4K subs in 2019. Yeah, so you've been here since 4K and we're almost at 11. So there you go. Been here for a minute. I'll never forget anybody who's been here since the beginning like that. Not that I would forget any of you guys, but you get my point. I have a special place in my heart for the people who have been here since like the beginning, because those days were rough. I'm not gonna lie, those days were tough. When you're making videos and you're getting like a maximum of 10 views, 8 views, sometimes 6 views. Those days suck because you're like, oh, I love doing this, but nobody's watching. But those days have to happen, right? It's just a part of it. Now I can get on here and I can expect that I'm gonna, there's always gonna be someone to talk to. Chat's gonna be rolling. But back in those days, I've got a special place for people like Gustavo, who was watching the videos and commenting on the videos when nobody else was, right? When nobody else was. Those are my OGs right there. I owe them a lot of props because they kept me making videos and they kept me motivated to make videos when nobody else was watching. So 4K may sound like a lot, but back in the 4K days, back in the 4K days, you don't have many people in chat. That seems out of context. That was purposely taken out of context, Kate. You know what? I'm not responding to that. I'm not fueling this fire. I think everybody else got what I was saying just fine. That was taken out of context, and you told me that you weren't going to bully me this entire stream, and you just had to do it anyway. So, you know what? We're not fueling this fire. No gas. No gas. I don't even see a comment from Kate. All right. She had to do it at least once. She couldn't help herself. She couldn't help herself, chat. Look, chat. All right. Aside from making a living, which Abraham pointed out there. Why did I call you Abraham? I always call you Lincoln. Weird feeling saying that. Lincoln pointed out there. Besides making a living, I don't know what I would do with my time if I wasn't here trying to help all of you find people out. I really don't. I love doing this, so but I do try to look at it that way, Lincoln. I do try to look at it that way. You know what I think it is? I'll be honest with you, chat. You know what I think it is when it comes to the whole... Because so many people tell me, they're like, look, don't be afraid to push your tip goal. That's what streamers do. You're making a living, blah, blah, blah. And I know all that's true, right? On an intellectual level, I know all that's true. But you know what I think it is? I think, and this is funny because this is me overthinking, ironically. I think that if I push tip goal, people will take it the wrong way, right? And it'll negatively impact my channel somehow. And it'll attract trolls, right? The trolls that'll be like, oh, he's just in it for the money and yada yada. He brings up his tip goal. He's in it for the money. And I just don't want to attract trolls, the people that say stupid shit like that, that don't have an understanding. But I guess at some point I need to get over that. Let's see. Just rip my heart out. I'll pick it up off the floor. No, Kate. No, we're not ripping any hearts out. We're not ripping any hearts out tonight. No hearts are to be ripped out here tonight. Take it easy, Sky. Enjoy the rest of your night, dude. thanks for stopping by. Grateful for you. That is very important because it makes you look greedy. That's what I like about you. Yeah, see, my problem is I don't even do the recommend part. I know all about the whole sales pitch thing. I know you're not supposed to push, you're supposed to recommend. Like, I know all that stuff. I can't even make myself do the recommend part. Like I said, I just have a weird sort of fear around that, and I need to get over it. But yeah, I definitely know the difference between recommend and push. Like, I would never get on here and say, I would never get on here and threaten. You know, I've seen streamers do that, like, oh guys, you know, if we don't hit our tip goal, blah 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 is gonna happen, negative, negative, negative. Like, I would never do it that way. I would always just recommend. But I don't even do the recommend part. I don't even mention it. I need to get over that. Is this still live? Yes. For now. We've been here for an hour and a half, so we'll probably wrap it up here soon. Let the trolls in. I need something to do anyway. That's true. You know what? I never thought about it like that. It's not like we don't have a ruthless Kate ready to just totally destroy any trolls that enter the chat, because we do. And she is my enforcer, and she will swing that hammer in a moment's notice. So, you know what? That's true. That's very true. I thought about at one point switching to the built-in YouTube stuff, like the super chats and stuff, because it's a cool way for chat to interact with the channel through tips and whatnot. But I can't switch to the built-in YouTube stuff. I can't switch to stuff like super chats, and I'll tell you why. It's actually a very simple reason. If I switch to doing super chats, which are more interactive, which makes people, you know, more willing to tip the streams, that's all great, but that only comes once a month. And the way my bills work, I can't rely on a once a month super chat payout, right? I think everybody understands that. So I have to do it direct. You know, that's the only way I can make this work and pay the bills. So I can't switch to super chats. I can't switch to all that cool stuff. I can't rely on a once a month payout. You know, so. I'm a salesman at Barnes & Noble, but I respect the intelligence of human beings. Some people don't want to spend the money, and that's perfectly fine. The important thing is that it's on the radar. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You should never be pushy about it. Yeah, isn't that a stupid feature though, Leakin? Like, I always thought that was kind of stupid. Like, why would you have a feature called Super Chats, but they only pay out once a month? Like, what? Why? Like, that's dumb. Who can do that? Who gets... No, nobody gets paid once a month. The world doesn't work that way. So it's like, I don't know why so many people use Super Chats. Maybe they don't do YouTube full time, right? And it's just like a side hustle. Then I could understand Super Chats. But this is not a side hustle to me. This is my daily life. I'm very passionate about this. Like, I can't do Super Chats. Ad revenue works the same way. That's why I don't even bother running ads on my videos. For one, I'm not a huge channel, so the ads wouldn't add up anyway. And for two, it's only once a month as well. It's only once a month as well on ad revenue and Super Chats. So none of that interests me. It's I don't know how people get by on that. It's like I said, maybe if YouTube is like a side hustle for you or something, then that would be okay. But when it's your full-time job, you can't rely on like once a month payouts from ad revenue. So we just say fuck the ads around here. We don't even run ads. I got that shit turned off. I'm not gonna run ads so that I can make $40 a month and have my viewers have to sit through ads just so I can make $40 a month. That's stupid. I'd rather just not run ads, and that way nobody has to sit through bullshit ads. So it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah, I've heard about Facebook streams, like Facebook stars, and TikTok's like a popular place to stream now. So I don't know. I want to branch out and do some stuff over there on other different social media platforms, but right now it's just not a good idea, because then I just stretch myself too thin. I'd like to build up the YouTube side of things and make it really, really strong, you know, and then maybe think about branching out. But right now I feel like it would just stretch me thin, and there would be nobody over there watching anyway, so it just doesn't feel like a wise decision right now. But in the future, I'd love to branch out. Might get premium simply to get rid of them, yeah. Not a big fan of TikTok, seems highly toxic. There's some funny stuff on there. I like to scroll TikTok every now and then. I always thought the same for a while until somebody finally convinced me. Unleash the Chihuahua. Kate will bite some ankles. Kate will bite some ankles. That she will. That she will. Alright guys, we are approaching an hour 40, so I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap tonight's stream up. Thank you guys so much for helping us hit typical. We're on a 180 day streak. Thank you guys just for watching, man, commenting, everything you do, likes, it's all appreciated. Thank you so much. We're growing this community. We're almost at 11k subs, but we are going to wrap it up here for now. Thank you guys so much. I like Instagram though. Instagram Reels, I think it's called, or streams or whatever, they're becoming popular too, so maybe one day Vacay Fear me on Instagram. You never know. But thank you guys again for everything. I love you oh so much. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your night, and I'll see you again soon. See ya. Stay awesome.